Shabbat Shalom, and you are welcome to the Shabbat of this morning. Parashot this morning is as remote and Kedoshim, and I subtitle it The Art of Kindness. The Art of Kindness. And before that, I would like to say to everybody who is watching us online, Happy Mother's Day. We love you, our parents. We love you all, our mothers. I want to appreciate you. I want to say thank you so much for the unconditional love that you have given unto us or granted unto us. All right. Students and congregants are supposed to learn from their rabbis, right? That's the way it should be. But it wouldn't be the end of the world, however, if the rabbi should learn from their students and their congregants, right? So, because most of the time we think that that the student will be the one every time learning from the rabbi. No, the rabbi can also learn from their students. As I always say here, right, that here we don't have a guru. There's no guru here. No, we learn from one another. I learn from you, you learn from me. And we all learn from the foot of the Holy One, blessed be He. So that is the most important thing. And see, saying that, I wanted to give us a little story, about a policeman, about a man, because we have the idea of the policeman, that the policeman are this kind of, I'm telling you that I'm saying about now experience, that policemen are these bad people that they're always there to give you tickets. Ticket every time. Because sometimes when you are in Montreal, you don't see anything. That the only thing you see is already giving you parking 10 policemen giving ticket every time. So, but this is not the purpose of you being a policeman. The purpose of you being a policeman is to do what? To take those ones that are bad in the society and teach them a lesson. They call them, oh, 911, what is going on? Forget about it. But you see 10 of them, 20 of them on the road giving tickets. It doesn't make sense, right? But it's not all like that. Right? So this story is like this. There's a man, a policeman, that saw a man that was in pain, right? And he went out of his way to assist that man, give medication, drive the person to the hospital to save a life. And it went viral on the internet. Right? And so I watched it. I said, oh, this is a good policeman. Like out of his heart, out of his way, he went out. Maybe there is an emergency, but he said, okay, this one that I see is very, very, very important. Let me go and to save this man's life. That is the thing that we should all be proud about and praise, that this policeman did what is right. The story was shared, and as I said, and I felt a kind of emotion and a kind of attraction to such a positive story of this man, random act of kindness. Was very kind to this person. So we as a person, we are all created in the image of B'Tzelem Elokim, right? We are all created in the image of God, and if we are created in the image of God and therefore should follow according to the way of the Holy One, blessed be He. God's existence is all about giving and getting nothing in return. Our lives are filled with opportunities to give unconditional kindness to our fellow man. When people hear or read about others doing unsolicited kindness, they think and hope they can do the same, but unfortunately, most of us, we don't. Yeshua, the Pharisees and the scribes, they came to Yeshua HaMashiach and they asked him, right, what is the greatest commandment? He said, the greatest of commandment is what? Love thy neighbor as thyself. And do what? And love the Lord thy God, right? With all thy heart, all thy mind, with everything that Moshe has said. Because if you say that you love God, you love everything, and everything is hunky-dory and fine, but you hate your fellow man, how come you love God and you don't see, but you hate your man, your fellow man, your fellow woman that you see? It doesn't make sense, no? So we have to love our God with all our heart, with all our mind, and then love our fellow as ourselves. What is the purpose of, or what's the meaning of that? That you love your fellow man as yourself. Meaning, whatever you wish positively for yourself, you wish the same for your fellow man. You will not go and steal his land. You will not kick him out of his land. You will not go and steal his crop. Neither will you steal his wife or go and capture his two children and start selling them as slaves, because you love him as yourself. Right? So this is very, very important for us to understand. Why did I say that? Unfortunately, most of us, when we read all these type of positive stories, hey, I want to do it. Hey, this is good. This is wonderful and nice. But there are two reasons why people don't even stop, and why people don't even show the kind of the kind of kindness or Kedoshim, as I wanted to explain this morning. And that is the two types of the reason why people doesn't do this. Number one, when the opportunity presents itself, they become very shy and don't feel they have the ability to carry such a mission out. People become reserved, they become shy. You know, hey, I don't want that person to see me that I'm doing this, but you are doing what is good. You are carrying out the act of kindness. You are helping other people who is down, you are raising them up. Right? That you see, you are not there. It's like in the world that we are now, right? You see many people on YouTube or many people on online. You see two girls fighting. They take their phone and they begin to do what? To record. And what are you supposed to do as a human being? You go to do what? To separate them. You don't want people to injure themselves and fight. But instead of that, no. They even encourage them to fight more so that they can video and put it online. You see two men fighting, they video. You see two cars have an accident. Instead of them to go and rescue, they see them there videoing. And they put the video online. You see a house that's on fire, they take the video. Instead of them to go and do want you to save life inside the house, maybe throw some. If you cannot do any help, call 911. Please come. There is something that is happening. No. We take the iPhone or the big iPhone, the iPhone or the Samsung or the Huawei, and we video and we laugh and we say hey, I will put it online. So where is the act of kindness there? Are you a human being or you are something else? That is what we need to ask ourselves this morning. The opportunities are there every time, but we are oblivious to them because we don't see them, because the way our mind works now is the way of only laughing who is going to have the highest the highest number on the internet, who's going to have the highest number or what, I don't know views. Thank you. How many going to have the highest views online? Oh yeah, I want to have 10 million views, 20 million views. But you can do something to save life. For me personally, I think I have the personality for it to help out a perfect stranger which I don't even know. There was a time that we're having a meeting. We had a meeting in at the West End. There's a team hosting one thing that was on the West End on the Acharei. They were having a meeting there. We just sitting down just to meet, just to discuss the Torah. Then there was a man that came in. So the man came in and said, "Oh, please, can you give me some money?" So there was a lady that was there. She put her hand in her purse, open, wanted to give the man the money. I grabbed her hand. I said, "No, don't do that." The woman looked at me. "Oh, Rabbi," I said, "Don't give money." I said, "No." I said, "Okay." So I asked the man, "What do you want?" The man said, "I'm hungry. I want to eat." I said, "Okay." So I said, "I'm going to buy you the food. Let's go and buy the food." Right? So he followed me. I bought the food for him. I paid for it, and the man went his way. So I came back to come and see. And the lady was saying, "Why did you stop me from giving him the money?" I said, "Because our world now, you don't know what he's going to do with the money. Some of them take the money. They say they are hungry. They take the money and they go and do something else that is not positive with that money." I said, "Now this one shows me that he's really hungry, and we bought him the food and he left." The second story is this one at Walmart at Longile, right? The lady was standing there and said, "I'm hungry." So I was just coming into the Walmart. So the lady said, I'm hungry. I said, okay, you want to eat? He said, yeah. I said, okay, follow me. Let me go and buy you some food. I said, what do you need? He said, I need egg, I need bread, I need also. I said, good. Let's go inside. I said, no. I said, why don't you want to go inside? I said, because if I leave this place, another person will come and take my place. I said, what? And you are hungry? Are you taking money or you are hungry? Tell me, what do you really want? Do you want to buy food or you want to stay here and collect money for something else? He said, no, I can't leave. I need to stay here until, because if I go, another person will come and take my place. I said, okay, you are not hungry yet. When you are hungry, you follow me. I went inside, I bought my something, I left. So we need to understand what people, because some people, they take that money to go and buy drugs. And you cannot encourage people buying drugs. No, with your hard-earned money. If a person is actually hungry, he follows you, right? And you buy them and they go. But giving money like that, for me personally, I don't too much encourage it. You know, I encourage you, so you're hungry, follow me. The food is, the magazine is there, the shop is there, I buy it for you and you go. So that is the kind of thing I'm talking about, because the world that we live now is very, we don't understand most of the things that is going on. So, and also today, I want to stress out a very important thing. Remember, I said the act of kindness. That is the topic of today. The act of kindness. Kindness is an act. It takes strength. It takes understanding. It takes wisdom. And this is where I want to come in today concerning the Mother's Day. Right? That today is a Mother's Day, a day we all cherish our mothers for the kindness they have shown us. Right? As I was saying, I am not talking about this episode I'm not talking about these two episodes, the example that I just gave to be proud or something like that. No, I just want to illustrate that we all have the ability to perform this random act of kindness. All of us, we have the ability, because we don't have to wait to someone to push us. Just like our mothers, they never wait for nobody to push them to do the act of kindness to their children. A woman that is pregnant, right? Do you know, yesterday we were talking about, during the Erev Shabbat, my wife was giving an example that the act of kindness that God said we should love our neighbor as ourselves, but she was saying that there is some law that guide other people or some other tribe that they don't have to do some of those things. I said no. I said you need to look at it from the broader perspective, from the bigger mosaic. Because if you say, for example, she was talking about the Levi, the Levites. I said because the Levites have their own rule and their own regulation. I said yes, that is true. But from another perspective, you need to know that if a Levite does not love his people, he will not do anything, he will not sacrifice for them. No, but because you love your people, that is why you are ready to sacrifice everything for them. As the Torah say and as Yeshua HaMashiach say, that love your neighbor as yourself. Because they love their rest Israelites. Everything that God did or planned is all holistic. You cannot put one out and say this is this one. No, everything has to be completed, right? Because the Levites, they suffer a lot. Prayer for the people. And what is, because they have no land, right? And what is the compensation? The other Israelites has to feed them, right? They feed them. Why? They feed them in the physical flesh. Why the other one feed them in the spiritual sense? Everything is exchanged, right? You give me this, I give you this, right? So that is, you help me to do this, I help you to do this. We two iron sharpness each other. So that is the same. The same thing that I said that a woman, a mother, the same thing. If a woman is pregnant, if a woman doesn't want that baby, I'm telling you, she through her mind, if she said I don't want this, I don't want this, the body will create an hormone to antagonize that baby, and that baby will come out. Everything is in the mind. Even if the baby doesn't come out, she can go to the extent of physically aborting that baby. But because that woman loved that baby, even though she's not yet a human being yet, right? He sees a fetus, right? She's protecting it. She's nourishing it. she's already in that woman's head. She's already have the image, create a perfect image for that baby. That, oh, when she grow up or when he grow up, this is what it's going to be. Everything's already completed in the mind of that woman, even though the baby is just 1 month or 2 months old. So she takes every care to protect it, to guide it, until the day she's going to give birth after 9 months, right? And then not only that, she has to pass through the valley of the shadow of death to give birth to that baby. Saying, what is the mama saying? Mama says, I'm ready to sacrifice myself in the other sense, that I will sacrifice myself for this child to be born, because she can die during that process too. So we need to understand this enormous love that this our parents, our mother, they are showing us. This is an act of kindness that we as a human being, we as men, women, youngest, boys, have to appreciate our parents, for they show us the true love. They say, I grow up, they say, what happened? Oh, my parents are bad people. They don't take care of me. My father will say, my grandfather will say, you have no idea of what you are talking about. You don't even understand. Because if you know what that woman went through, you will never open your mouth to say, my mama doesn't love me. They said, once a child is born, it's for the child to do what? To give his or our own life. The greatest gift that your mother has given you is life. And once she has given you that life, it is you now to grow up to appreciate it. If you don't want to appreciate it, start complaining. Every time everything happens, every bad thing that happens in your life is your mama. Every bad thing that happens in your life is your papa. Then you are not yet a human being. You are not growing at all. Because you have to see, maybe it is me. Maybe there's something I'm not doing right. Maybe there's something I need to do what improve on in my life. Maybe there's something I need to change to become a better person. To be able to see the clear picture of what my mama has done. Yes, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of parents that did bad things, don't get me wrong. Yes, but the Torah is telling us it is not us to judge them. No, do not judge your parents. No, let God judge them. You do what is right, do what is just, you know. And then, even though they didn't they are not good parents, even though they didn't act well, if you understand and you grow up and you become a man, a woman, and you understand, do good to them. Let God judge them for what they have done. Don't pay them back for the evil that they did against you. No, do good, right? Because you understand. Maybe at that time they were young. Maybe at that time they don't understand. Maybe at that time they don't know. But now you grow up. But now you know more than them. So show that act of kindness unto them. Lastly, it reinforces the notion of B'Tzelem Elokim, which means the image of God. That we are not only fashioned in the image of God, but that we are expected to act that way as well. Parashot Kedoshim, which I'm talking about mainly this morning, which is the second Parashot that we read today, is all about his name, Kedoshim, holiness, kindness. Vayikra chapter 19 verse 2 states, speak to the entire assembly of the children of Israel and say to them, you shall be holy, for holy I am your God. The Lord our God is holy. And Rashi teaches that this portion was said by Acharei, an entire gathering of the Hebrew people, men, women, and children. And he says the reason is because this holiness is not to be attained through separation and solitude, but rather by getting or by being together among your people. People think that to be holy is to be separated like this, only me. No, you cannot show holiness if you are alone. Your holiness is with your people. Togetherness. And that's when people see that yes, he's different. She's different. I need to join him. I need to join her. I need to come together as to say myself with him or her to praise, to worship, to glorify the God that he or she is worshiping, because he or she is not like me. But if you separate yourself alone, how will that kindness, how would that holiness be seen? It can be seen. It can only be seen when the whole community is together. When we act as one, not as an individual. Attaining holiness comes to different people in diverse ways. Some feel the holiness through what we call the spiritual side of life, learning, praying, and fulfilling the commandments as they were given. Others climb the ladder and wants to share what it is like to be a giver for the purpose of giving alone and not getting anything in return. Remember, our God gives everything, not waiting until we give you something in return. He gives us unconditional love, just like the mama gave their children unconditional love. So that is what our God is talking about. When God says, "Be holy because I am holy," we should do those acts, the same act of holiness, namely the random kind of kindness. Opportunities swirl around us all the time, but we need to be on the look for them to be able to perform kindness and holiness. Adonai provides the prospect, but we have to prime ourselves for it. Being holy is accomplished by walking in the way of the Holy One, blessed be He. God is merciful. God is just. God is compassionate. God embodies all these attributes of hesed, of kindness. And that is exactly what He wants us to do. Not just say, "Oh, God say I should be kind." Then, what do you have in your mind concerning the act of kindness? Be just, be truthful, be faithful, do what is right. That is what God is talking about. Give, not waiting for you to receive. "Oh, okay, these are my friends. I only give to my friends, and this one I don't give." Then what benefits you if friend and friend, you are birds of the same feather? Yeshua HaMashiach said, "What does benefit you if you only give to your friend?" No, it benefits you nothing. Give to those who cannot repay you back. That is the main thing. Because, okay, my friend's daughter is married. Okay, I'm going to buy limousine as a present. "Oh, I buy you limousine, yeah!" Because your friend is a billionaire like you. Then your son is getting married. "Hey, yeah, my son, because he gave me limousine and gave me private jet." It doesn't matter. Both of you are the same. But go to that man, to that woman, to that person that cannot repay you back. Yes, that is the kind of goodness or kindness that God is talking about. Because you are building your wealth in the heavens. You are building your wealth in the world to come. Because when the time comes, as you are about to pass the gate, the angel will say, "Okay, we are going to weigh your heart." You know the weight in the courtroom. That is the symbol of justice, right? The weight is spiritual. I'm telling you. You put your heart. Your heart meaning your emotion, right? You put your heart in one side. If you bend like this, okay, you do something bad to this way. When you put your heart like this, and the angel put your heart like this, and it's balanced. Welcome, good servant, this way. See, we need to understand this principle, right? That if we do what is right, as God has commanded, not only for our friends alone, but for those who cannot repay us, we are building our bank account. Just like the way you build your bank account here, you are building your spiritual bank account in the heavens. And I said you always say, pray always, because your prayer is kept in the pot until the time that you are old, when you cannot pray again. You are weak. God will be using that prayer to sustain you. Because most of our children now, instead of them to pray, iPhone, Google are taking the time, right? Cinemas and so on. So they don't have bank accounts. I mean, there's nothing. So when they grow old, there's nothing to sustain them, and they become, wishy-washy. So we, as a human being, or we as the children of God and the students of the Torah, has to understand this. This is one of the highest attributes to emulate, the attribute of hesed, the attribute of kindness. Next time you see an opportunity to perform a random act of kindness. Remember that God has sent you the chance to become holy, to emulate the holiness of the Holy One, blessed be He. Just like our father Abraham did what is right. He saw the three what? The three strangers. He ran, prostrate himself, say, please, if I am comfortable in thy sight, do not pass thy Sabbath. Come, let's sit down. I provide you food, you eat, you satisfy yourself, on your way. I won't stop you. And continue on your way. If he has not been doing that, he can't just one day do that. He has been doing that for many times. Right? Every time he sees strangers, he render help. Every time he sees people, he render help. And you can see that in his being, in his genetic code. Even though when his nephew, Lot, was captured, right? He went sacrifice himself. Because he can be killed too in the battle. He went to go and do what? To rescue. That is enormous kindness, love that he has for his what? For his nephew. So God is asking us that we should emulate our forefathers. When we see this kind of act of goodness, I know that most of you here, you are always doing that. And I want to encourage you. Please, don't stop. No, don't stop. Hey, you are wasting your time. And you know what you are doing. Some people, they have no idea of what you are doing. Continually. Don't stop. Because you are building yourself that bank account. And when the time comes, I'm telling you, when the time comes, you will see it. It will surely grow. And you will know that, yes, what the Torah is saying is true. So let us emulate our God, our Creator, giving us everything, not waiting for us to give Him anything in return. Because He is eternal love. He loves us so much. And this act of kindness should be done by every individual, every Jew, every non-Jew, every student of the Torah. Shabbat Shalom.